Hello, all you wonderful people. Welcome back to another episode of the Let's Build tutorial of the underground city, yeah? So last time we were working on the redstone, making all these little machines work, and it's super cool. And I absolutely love it. And I think you guys liked it too. I'm not entirely sure. I don't remember. I'll check it later. So today we were thinking about, I got a comment that the in-between parts of this are getting very messy. And I absolutely 100% agree. Oh, oh, my throat. My throat is seizing. No, it's not. I've just been recording a lot today, so my throat is not doing like absolutely fantastic, but I can handle, I can deal. I'm okay. So I had the idea to make this a little bit cleaner, a little bit simpler. And I know that hurts because I like to make things overly complex, but detail is one thing. You know, design is another, and this is infringing on the design. So rather than being cups, they're now big buckets, is what it is. And it fits the design better, I say. See how it's just like a big cylinder? I think that works a little bit better than what we had going on before, which is great, because it's efficient, and it's not just ugly. And our design was super hard to follow, as you remember, like yesterday. So we're going to start fixing up this stuff and seeing how this improves the design, which means we can fix this stupid thing right here that we had. That problem was that that part of the build looks really bad. So now we can change it for the good. If we do it right, if I remember correctly, we have that there, and we're going to fix that, go like that. So now we can have something like this, and it's significantly more clean than what we were working with before. Look at that. That looks just so much better. So we'll deal with that. We're going to have it like that, just like that, actually. And we're going to do this. And we're going to have a little bit of a tricky situation with this part because that's not lining up now. This has to go right here, which means we're going to modify the design of the bridge, which is okay, supposedly. I'm going to flip this like that. I'm going to do something like this real quick because I think it'll look nice. I think it'll be pretty. Excuse me. There we go. And we can maybe put like a nice little doorway right there. I don't know. We'll work with it. Basically, this needs to change for the better because it's getting disjointed, and we cannot have that in our build. It has to be perfect. It has to be beautiful. And if it's not either of those things, then it's not up to par, and it needs to change, which is good because it keeps the build advanced. And that's what we want. We want to be conscious of the way that we are creating this underground city, this breathing, living thing, this entity that we've erected, and we want to make sure that it is as beautiful and functional as we want. And we can take shortcuts, or we could not take shortcuts and actually make it look good. And that's what I hope to achieve with this build. So that already looks a million times better. They're just buckets now. So one thing is that there's a little bit lack of color, the color. So maybe I'll place some of this right here. Cobblestone. It's starting to get a bit brownsy. And that's not good. Whenever there's too much brown, it really does damper the whole feel of it. So one thing we could do is replace these things. Now this is starting to get a little bit more simpler in nature. I'm just trying to experiment with what we have and trying to see what could work from a design standpoint. So maybe if we had little platforms from the stone brick stairs, we could maybe have some better design. Possibly. Like maybe if we use a castle idea, like castle architecture using little battlements, then we can get a better feel for what we actually want. So let's take a look. Let's see what we can do. If we do something like that, how does that look? And we could put torches on top. At least for this part, that's not too bad, and it has a cool effect. So maybe we'll roll with that for now, at least for that part. We'll leave that there, and we will see what we can create later on. I don't mind that one bit. That looks pretty cool. And it gives the basin a lot more profound effect. So another thing that I was considering is removing, or not removing, but just kind of extending this platform to a certain degree, you know, a certain distance. Excuse me. Because I want to have a wall that walks all the way across here. So see how this kind of lines up perfectly? I dug out a little bit of this so you can see it better. I want to have a platform that kind of rides around here, kind of like the Ravine Let's Build. And maybe have a house right here or something, some kind of structure. We also need to create a structure right here, and we also need to fix this stupid looking thing. As you can see, you can actually take a look at how our design has evolved. See, this is what we had at first, and see how it's changed over the course of the way we've been designing things, making it. That did not sound like a proper sentence. Over the course of us designing things. That was bad. Over the course of our Let's Build career, we've been retrofitting everything so that it looks nice. This is even back when we had the stairs instead of the cobblestone walls, which is cool because we can see that, and that's really cool to watch. Let's see what this looks like. So if we were to get the stairs, I just threw that part out. I needed that. Dang it. So let's see how this would look. We place that there. And then at the corner, I'm not entirely sure what I'd want to do. Maybe just kind of pick a side of sorts and fill this in with the cobblestone walls. One thing is that there are cobblestone walls all the way around. So now we're getting a lot of cobblestone in this area. So we got to be making sure that there is balance. And I think there is because it's more perspective based. Like, that's not too terrible. I don't think so. I think it's okay. So we have this going across. Will that look okay? No, it will not. We need some of this. All right. Okay, we're getting somewhere. We're getting somewhere with this build. And we're starting to get a design. It's starting to look messy, which is a problem. We have to keep that in mind when we're going forward, which is why your comments are so much appreciated, because you guys are the ones that told me that it's starting to look messy. And I just realized, hey, come on. For some reason, this never activates the way I want it to. Not entirely sure why. So we won't flick that switch too often. So, what do we do here? I was going to work down here, but I'm not entirely sure I'm ready for that. So, let's start kind of like placing things. Let's start using the terrain to read what we should be doing next. So if I see something in the terrain that I imagine should be a barrier, I'm going to build it. And we're going to take a look at how it feels. See, that's cool. And maybe we could have a big, like, little circle thing. Like if I was to put something like right here, and then a couple blocks like that, and then bring it back, and have a little tower here, that wouldn't be too bad. That would actually look really cool. Because we had the tower kind of go straight up. Take a look at this. I think I'd rather have it a bit thinner. We'll see. What happens if I go like this? If I bring this up, it just kind of molds itself right into it. And this is something that we have to do progressively. We have to make sure that there is something that we can use to our advantage in terms of design from the terrain. It's not cheating. It's just pulling information, which is really cool because it's already there. It's already what? I'm having a stroke. It's already there. The design is there. We just have to interpret it, which is super cool. So that's why I like to use the terrain. Makes everything so much easier. So if this was a big tower, how would that look? It would look really cool. So we'll keep that there, and we'll maybe design that over time. But this is just to remind us, like, what we're going for, what kind of image we're trying to create, which is wonderful. So let's take a look at anything else around here. I try not to waste time, but it's very difficult when you're just trying to brainstorm, you know? Trying to create something that's pretty and that is interesting. It can get a bit difficult. So I'm going to replace this. We're replacing the way we do the bridges. Just like that. We're going to do it like this instead. Sure. We have that, right? So what if I was to put this here? All right. That's not bad. It's not terrible. Oh, gotta fix that. And then we gotta put one of these in the corner. See? See? Now we're seeing it. We're seeing it and we're adapting to it before it even happens. So, hooey, this is getting tricky because I'm not entirely sure what I want out of this. So if we put that there, right? That's like the length of, that's like the radius. So, if we have this, and then we have this. One thing to keep in mind is the water can only travel 8 blocks. So from here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's the point at which it can no longer travel. So what do we do in that situation? I'm not entirely sure how I want to go about that yet. Because it should be a higher elevation. That would really help everything. This is getting tricky. Tricky, tricky, tricky. Maybe we won't have it switch up here. Maybe we'll have a nice bridge instead. Just to get across, you know what I mean? Not like intended to travel water, but to travel people. To traverse. Make it easier. Maybe that'll be, like we come down here. There's water, we go over here. We have a bridge now. And maybe we can utilize that. So this goes up to here, and it'll have a better aesthetic, too. Now, what can we do? We can make this go all the way across. So this is the floor. I'm going to bring this all the way across, right? And we're going to make an archway that fits it. So it's going to be like, whoop. Really cool. So this is the pit of death. And the bridge goes straight over the pit of death, which is unfortunate. But we could incorporate that into the design. It's just that I'd wish that the pit of death was a little bit more to the left or something. That would be most convenient for me at this point in time. Plus, the bridge is going to extend over it with like a little bit like this. Because we're going to have like something like that. Or a little bit better like that. Like a little castle do. So the pit of death is not really in the best spot. You know, normally pits of death are never in the right spot at the right time. It's kind of frustrating. But what are you gonna do? What's good here? What could work out? Let's see. If we're gonna have little bits that are cool and look good, gotta make sure that they look, you know, that they fit. So how do we want to go about this? So let's say we have a 3x3. That would be the best option. Place that there. And then we get this. And what can we do? We gotta block this off. So we have that, and then we'll get cobblestone walls, right? Grab it, place it, and that's our wall, pretty much. See, I'm trying to get more like stone into the build, and it's kind of difficult a little bit because you're trying to make it look good, and sometimes it's, you know, because our builds aren't really that, you know, super colorful. They and that's okay, you know, to a point. But we gotta try to get, you know, more stuff. So I'm gonna have this. That's gonna be the entrance, and our pit of death is we're gonna have to move it or something, move it over a couple blocks, because I really like this design. It's like a big open little thingy bit. So I'm gonna break out this wall since we have a design. I could almost blow it up real quick. I've been thinking about blowing up more walls or more areas of the cave so that we can unlock more things, more ideas. Ooh, that's okay. I think I turned off the sound. I don't hear any sound at all. Headset probably died. That's okay. You can probably hear it. I don't know. So we need to go back one block. Pit of death is yeah, it's in a bad spot, unfortunately. Because I really like this design and the pit of death. We can always move the pit of death. That's what we'll do. We'll move the pit of death, and we will have good designs everywhere. So let's go. All right, we go up to the bridge on this part. So let's grab our basic supplies, basic materials, and we're going to create our little castle bit once again. All right, and that's good. So we'll have this side like that, and then our detail block, and then our block meant to keep us in, and that. Awesome. That looks really cool. That looks really good. So we're gonna make this. We'll probably change materials so that's a little bit different from this part. Like if this was as high as it goes for that, and then we use stone, that's not a bad idea per se. Because then it would just kind of be floating there. I'm not entirely sure how I want to go about this. I know that I want to have this actually in, not out. We're gonna delete the counting blocks. Oop, pit of death, pit of death. Ah, don't kill me. Yeah. We're going to move this back a block, and then we'll have the arch. So I'll show you what to do. Oy. We have that. So let's get stone brick in here, because we can mold that really easily. And this is going to be the edge. So that's probably going to dip in that way. It's not, okay, it's not a bridge anymore. Or maybe it is, and it just kind of moves over. I don't know. I don't know what I want. So we need to take this and move it across. So I'm going to grab this right here, take that across, and then we're going to grab some stone brick, and I'm gonna make an arch. I'm gonna make a really good arch. So I can't really see anything right now. Let's grab some torches and just light the place up. Right? Ready? Let's see what we can do with this. Let's see what kind of arch we can create. Something attractive and beautiful. That's probably all I need right there. Ooh, it's not bad. I wish it was a bit more gradual, so we'll add this and then hit that like that. Ooh, that is very nice. Let's move it up one block. So like that. And like that. And then we're going to place... So it's like that. That is our arch. No, it's not. It was a bit different. Was it? It was like... I don't remember how I did it. How did I do it, guys? It was like that. That's what it looked like. So I'll create something cool using this design. It doesn't have to be perfect. So just gonna have a like a rising little bit. Okay, so now we can create the arch according to what we have going on right now. Kind of like a cool little design right here. Like a little rolling bit. That's cool. That's awesome. Woo! So we'll lower everything by a half slab. Right? Just like that. So we'll use that arch. That's our arch for this build. So I'm going to get... we're going to lower that like that. Oh, that is cool. That looks super cool. I just need to have some more contrast. So I'm going to use some log. Maybe sideways log right here. And create some of that artificial contrast. Maybe. Oh, there's a zombie right there. All right. Yeah, now we got too much wood, though. I don't know what to do. So it's like that, maybe? What do you guys suggest we do? I'm not entirely sure. Because, you know, just the way that this is working out. I liked it before. It's just it needed like a different material. So maybe we'll try cobblestone. It's just different enough that it might provide the contrast that we need. And if that doesn't work, we'll try andesite. Because andesite also works. See, cobblestone has a different feel. If I make this entire bottom part out of cobblestone, it might be better. So if we have that. Yeah, it looks a bit plain though. I don't know what to do. Let's try something. See, that's way too plain. This is really difficult. This is a difficult part of this Let's Build. It's trying to find the design that you really want and it really works. I doubt changing these to oak logs would do anything to it. Not bad. So if I did that, right? If I did this and I replace that maybe like that, that's not a bad look. Not at all. Maybe I'm missing some brightness, like right there. Ooh. We're getting somewhere. We're losing the arch, but we gain something that's a bit better in terms of just design. Just straight design. So we're making progress on this little build. I'm going to change that to a cobblestone texture and have it sit on top. What if we had this entire thing log? Just going straight up. Now, it will blend in. I think that's what we need. I think we're just trying to push something. We're trying to push the stone. The problem is that log works too well, so I always use it, and it ends up, like, getting brown. Brown everywhere. But the log texture is just so perfect for building that you can't not use it. So that's why I'm struggling. But I really like that design. Like, a good amount. I like it a lot. I'm going to brighten this up. So this kind of like is doing its own thing. And we have that arch right there. Woo! That's cool. So now we can have like a little area that is attractive and all that jazz. I'm going to probably color that up. So maybe we'll use some cobblestone stairs right here. Maybe? Let's try it. Ooh. Ooh, that's cool. That's nice. So let's get some placeholder blocks in the back so that we can actually flip these. Bloop. And a bloop. So now this is low enough. Did we end up lowering the floor? No, we did not. We actually had it raised. Ooh. I completely forgot that we raised the floor. That's a problem. Because now the arch is going to be pretty low. Nah, not too much. So this is the floor, right? This is how high it's going to be. So let's represent it with the stone and see what we can do in terms of design choice. So let's get this place lit up. Light it up. Light it up. All right. So, let's start by giving this a bit more fortification, a bit more stone. And we're going to place these right here. Oh, stop. Calm down. So this is going to be floating for a couple days. That's okay. That's perfectly fine with me. And I'll have the stairs. I'm going to replace whatever I have right there because everything's going to change. Don't worry. So now we need the brightness that we had up there mirrored. And now that we have this isn't even that tall anymore. So we can just kind of stick to this and have maybe like a window or something. Iron bars. Let's try iron bars. That might be good. Yeah, we can get some brightness in here. Okay, we have a design. Woo, that looks cool. I like it a lot. And we'll kind of do that so the arch looks good. Now the cobblestone looks out of place. Oh, this is going to take forever. There's a lot of design choices that need to be, thought about. We have to figure out what the heck we're doing. Because this looks good. It's just difficult because there's so many variables in terms of, like, what we possibly could do. And sometimes it's just, they interfere with each other. All the little choices that we've made. One thing that looks good over there doesn't look over here. And one thing it's like in the way. It's just, it's difficult. What are you doing? You got like a little eyebrow. It's like the FancyBluPants eyebrow right there. So that's good for now. If I replace this back to stone brick, would you hate me? Let's get this. I'm just going to do that. I think that's okay. I think we might have to live with that. All right. How is that, guys? How is that? Is that good? Did we find what we needed? I think we did. What if I do something like this? Will this help? Ooh, yes. Yes, it does. It kind of, like, amplifies the rolling effect. So we will keep that right there. Ooh, that looks good from over here. That looks super cool. We will keep it, guys. And I think we've been recording long enough. Thank you all for watching this episode of the Underground City Let's Build. Please leave a like if you enjoyed this video. Please leave some ideas in the comments below. I love your ideas. Your ideas have influenced this Let's Build by so much. So, once again, thank you all for watching. Stay fancy, my friends, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.